Oh my gosh, it's freaking recording. These are the first moments of in development. So wake up to Miss Calls for your
Like the first TikTok that I made that like kind of went viral a little bit, and this was in high school when I used to like really do stuff on TikTok, and I deleted my page because it was so cringe. But literally, it was so cringe. But I made a like TikTok video of that song, and it was like me getting off of an airplane, and it was like
No, I can already see it.
it was literally like
Wait, is this like how you used to look?
this,
No,
or like
the picture you showed me.
oh
Like,
yeah.
is that's Kevin?
Yeah,
The Kevin I'm
that
talking
Kevin.
about.
Yeah,
How
but maybe just a little bit more
sweet.
skinnier.
But
But
how
like,
sweet,
yeah,
though.
it was still ugly. But that's why I deleted it.
But it's so precious
Yeah.
and pure because you
It
were.
was, but it was like
I'm not
I
laughing
swear.
at you.
No, it's the picture is like in my head. But yeah, I was getting off a plane, and I was like, every time I get off a plane, I just feel like I'm in a music video.
You hopped at the plane at LAX.
Yeah,
The dream and a
literally,
cardigan. Right.
literally.
Okay, so, hello.
Welcome.
In development.
This is
We're
in
just
development.
we're just gonna get right into it.
Period.
We are Kevin and Evelyn. Kevin Ev, if
Period.
you will. This is going to be introduction. It's going to be the longest video we do. We'll be posting this on YouTube. And after that, we're going to move mostly to TikTok. We're going to do more short form content, but kind of long form for TikTok. Like I said, I wanted to explain the basis of the podcast. I guess I don't really want to call it a podcast. I don't even know.
I don't know what to call it.
We're vibing, dude. I post TikToks where I talk for too long, and it just needs to be like a set thing.
Period.
Me and him have great conversations. We just met, honestly, like a few months ago, in
Yeah,
October.
October, yeah.
Yeah, it's what month now? February.
Ooh.
Oh.
February. Who said that?
February.
Who said that?
So while we get into the introduction, we are going to be inhaling and ingesting some California medicine, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do that while we...
Because you know what? It's legal.
It's legal.
Period. Let's start there.
We're going to start with Kevin. We're going to start with your overall, while I pack this,
Okay.
overall introduction, who you are, where you come from, what gets you going in life, who are you?
Well, Oprah. So my name is
You ain't getting no free shit from me today, by the way.
Oop, nothing. Dang. Stingy. My name is Kevin Green Marshall. I have two last names. Don't forget either of them. Green
I
Marshall.
literally love calling him Kevin Green Marshall. That's the only way to approach this man.
Period.
Don't call him
It's
anything.
iconic. But yeah, so I'm 21 years old. I am a male model, but I'm also an actor too, and technically I'm also a nurse. So yeah, there's really a lot. I try to like keep myself available for things because that's kind of how you have to be like working in this industry, or even trying to like start out in this industry. You need to be flexible. Like you see how most superstars are like triple threats. Like they can dance, sing, act. Period. You're gonna get any bookings. So
Just
you
like
can do that.
me and Kevin, we can do it all. By the
Period.
way, we know how to do it
Period.
all. He's actually a great figure skater.
Period.
I do hiking
Evelyn-
on Appalachian Mountains all the time. So
Child, Evelyn be hiking, okay? Period. But yeah, so I guess I kind of got started in this industry my senior year of college. So little backstory, I'm from North Carolina. And obviously, I'm not in North Carolina right now. I have moved to California, SoCal. I'm so happy to be here. I would come here sometimes, periodically, and I loved it here. But I was also based in New York a lot, so that's really kind of where I got my start at, was in New York. But yeah, so I was in college, and I graduated high school when I was 16, started college when I was 17.
wait, you graduated when you were 16?
Yes, I did. I skipped grades in high school. Well,
How did you do that?
so technically, since 7th grade of school, I was taking high school classes. So while I was in middle school, I was taking high school classes. And then when I got to high school, I was like,
I love that for us. Did you like school?
I did. I liked school.
I
Like,
loved school, and I
was-
liked getting good grades. It made me feel
yes.
achieved.
Yeah.
I was a good student, AP student, 4.0 or above.
Period.
Like,
Clock
that's so
it.
amazing that
Yeah.
I've met someone like that too. I literally loved school, and I liked being
Yes.
social, even if people didn't like me.
Yeah,
I liked
school
going.
was like, it was just, I like the whole, I feel like everybody needs to go through school. Like, you need to go through bullies, you need to go through being a popular kid versus a weird kid or a nerd or whatever.
Self-development.
Like, yeah, you really find yourself. Like, I'm not saying, everybody needs to be bullied, and I'm not saying that's what happened to me.
I think everyone should be bullied.
But you really find yourself in high school. And for me, it was like I was above with the classes that I was taking, and it was getting to a point where I was making my schedule for my senior year of high school, and I realized that I was taking no core classes. So I was like, why would I be coming to school if I'm not taking any core classes?
Extracurriculars
Yeah.
and activities.
Literally. So I was like, I told my guidance counselor, can I graduate? And she was like, well, yeah, I mean,
Bye.
go ahead. Literally. So,
We've been waiting for you to come in here and actually leave this damn school.
literally, that's literally what it gave. And I was like, period. So started applying to colleges and graduated and started college at 17 as a freshman. I was a little baby.
Okay, and then you said in college, that's when you got into
Yeah,
modeling.
in college, that is how I kind of branded myself a little bit. Granted, Evelyn, seeing pictures of me when I first started college, it was not that good. I was chopped.
He wasn't chopped. It was just
I was chopped.
no, it was just a weight thing, and even then, you guys, it wasn't even like, it's not like how you're imagining. Okay, like
It took me, I knew that I wanted to do something, entertainment wise, stuff like that. But I knew obviously there's a standard, and there's, when you're coming into it, especially with no nepotism, you're straight raw talent or whatever, you really have to be expandable. So I was like, let me fix the things that I know I can fix.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And then that's kind of, I just started on Instagram basically. I loved to like post pictures of myself with clothes that I was wearing because I consider myself a little fashionable. Period. And so, and I would like to
everyone's
style.
fashionable, by the way. They just have their own specific
Yeah,
style,
yeah.
so it works for you if it works for you.
Period. That was
Can
so
you
bad.
go more into though, like, because you said no nepotism? I really want the
Ooh.
crowd to understand
Yes.
who we are as people. Okay. Can we go more into like how you grew up? Like if you grew up, like if you're
Yes.
comfortable, I'm sure you are
Oh,
because we're
yes.
starting this podcast. So let's stop calling
Yeah.
it that. I don't know. I'll think of another word. But let's get more into like, did you grow up with money? Did your family, was you both parents? Like what was family like for you?
I grew up, my family is originally from Chicago. So that's where my roots are, Chirac. Southside stand up. But yeah, so I grew up not affluent and basically below the poverty level. I have a mom that I lived with. And then she had a husband and stepdad. But throughout, at some point in my life when I was younger, my mom became like sick to the point where she had to get brain surgery and different things like that. So she couldn't work anymore. And the government didn't want to give her disability either.
Of course they didn't.
Clock it. That's a conversation for another day.
We will.
We will talk
best
about
believe.
that because I've been to Capitol Hill fighting for policies in healthcare, and I talk to senators and do stuff like that too. So I'd be
Which,
very
mind you, the
interested.
words fighting for healthcare should
Literally.
not even exist.
Period. It shouldn't exist. When you go to other countries, you don't have to fight for healthcare, but anyway. But yeah, so they wouldn't give her disability, and obviously that affected the income coming into the house. So we only had one person working, and he was holding it down, but it was definitely hard at a point because there was two other siblings. So there was three of us. It was a 5-person household, but I basically grew up with having my own money from coming from jobs. I worked 2 jobs in high school. Like it wasn't never a thing where I was just going to sit around and just be broke. and
Yeah.
not- yeah.
It was never going to be
Yeah,
that.
it was never gonna
It
be
may
that.
have been how we started,
Yes.
but it was never going to be that.
Yeah, period. And so from that age is when I started to like hustle, and now my family has more money.
Wait,
and
what was your first job ever? Like
my
like,
first
legit
job ever was working at Sonic.
Hey, I love me them mozzarella sticks.
Them mozzarella
bro.
sticks, that's what got me so big.
So
After school, I would
good.
eat like 6. Like, not even gonna lie.
Ooh.
Shout out to all the people that work at Sonic in high school. They be the youngest you can work. at Sonic is 14. I was 14 working at Sonic.
That's criminal.
Yes,
Poor baby. They're
yes,
like,
I
you
was
forgot my
14.
fucking fry. And you're
Literally,
like,
literally, like it was crazy. And then they expected me to roller skate. I was like, hell no,
I forgot
hell
they
no.
do that.
So, and they only pay you like 50 cents extra, like for roller skating. It's not worth it. So
It's not worth it.
It's
No, I do what I can. I can only afford. I got $200 in my. Oh, I have $180 in my bank account right now.
just pay my car payment.
Just paid your car payment, so
Yes, $600.
Damn. Woo!
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is criminal.
$600.
We'll get
but-
into that. Have you seen that podcast of that guy that like ridicules people for their finances?
Yes.
Don't put me on that
We don't need to
show.
talk
Don't
about
put you on
mine.
that show.
No, don't put me on there.
So you get into college. That's his background.
Yes.
We kind of get the gist. We're gonna get more
Yeah.
into it as we go on.
Yeah, so I'm in college. I lose weight, and I'm not saying weight is like the biggest thing, but for me that was the biggest roadblock, because I had the energy, I had the background in music, I played instruments, I was affiliated with acting, so I knew stuff, and I'm a hustler, so I know how to network, and so I was gonna figure out one way or another how to get into this industry, and I figured everybody has to start somewhere, and for me that was background acting. And when I tell you, like, background acting is literally the trenches, but you get your foot in the door and you get connected.
It's just
with-
like lower level modeling though. It's
Yeah.
it's literally the same thing. Like
Literally.
nobody cares about you. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody even sees you sometimes. You get your
Literally.
face cut off. You get your fucking. It's just your hand, and it's doing stuff like that. That's gonna
Literally.
get you into other sets. So very smart to do it that way.
And like the way that you kind of network through that is a lot of people don't realize the casting people that cast for background also cast for principal roles and things like that.
Or for
So,
everything in general, like
yeah.
they're just a casting director.
Yeah.
Like they're just connected in the industry. And
Period.
being in LA is also like super accessible for that type of thing too. So
Yeah.
that's exciting for you now that you're
Yes.
here.
Yeah. And so I basically was doing a lot of the background acting. And then I was also, like I said, I was posting pictures on Instagram. I would tag the brands I was wearing. And one of the
Hey,
brands
I
that
never worked that hard. Congrats, dude. I
Child.
never did that. That's
I was
crazy.
trying.
That's
so
good though.
You got to start
I
somewhere.
like seeing that perspective because for those of you that don't know, I got scouted at a concert, so it kind of just fell into my lap. These are going to be entirely different perspectives. It's also amazing that he's a male model and I'm female. There's going to be different perspectives in this industry that we are both going to see and both going to have. He's really new. I've been doing it for 10 years. I'm a little bit old now, but
Not old, just seasoned.
it's
period.
nice. It's nice to see different perspectives and see someone that really went out and tried it and was successful, because a lot of people that go out and really try for it are
Yeah.
not successful.
Yes, and the key to that is just having an open mind and realizing that you got to start somewhere. So I would post, and one of the brands that really would interact with me a lot was Fashion Nova. So get on your Zoom, get on your Zoom.
In.
They
we
used
just clocked
to-
in today out of nowhere.
Period.
This was not planned, as you can tell by the empty picture frames
Yeah.
in my home. This was not planned. My space wasn't even ready for this, but I felt like we were ready for it.
Yeah, definitely ready. That's basically how I got started, and then I booked Vogue World.
Yes, like let's fast forward to Vogue
That was
World.
crazy. It was crazy because I knew maybe like a month and a half in advance, but I did not
I
know.
knew 3-4 days before.
The crazy part, I had no clue it was for Vogue. I didn't know it was
I
for
didn't
Vogue
either. I
until
didn't either.
2 weeks before.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
it
had
was
no
for
clue.
Vogue. And then that's where me and Evelyn met. And it was
Hey.
honestly an interesting experience.
It was like
but-
model boot camp. It was
Literally,
the longest.
it
It
was
was
literally-
4 days.
Yeah, well, I think I was only there for 3 because you came the day before I came.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
'Cause-
It was a blur. It was like
Yeah.
multiple days back to back from like kid you not, 6 a.m. to
Yeah.
like 8 p.m.
Them call times were
Every day.
brutal.
The call times were psycho. I've never seen that.
Literally, it was brutal. I thought I was filming a movie.
It was crazy. And
way.
then not only that, we didn't even know what anything was. Like
Yeah, literally.
what was the whole vibe? Like what even is this? We were like, what type of show
Yes.
is this? Because we thought it was runway. At least a lot of us did. We were like, okay,
Yeah,
like
mhm,
we're gonna walk
yeah.
like a runway, I guess. But like
Yeah,
it was so
literally
different.
yelling at us. This is not a runway.
This is not a runway. Literally.
Wait, I don't think you saw that part. I don't.
What?
Like there was a part. I think you were more in the front during this part of the show, but we were practicing it, and they were trying to get us to like do something more film like acting expressive.
Oh yeah, no,
And
they told us because they wanted us to look like we were on our way to set.
Yeah.
After Vogue World, we went out to a bar and we clicked pretty well.
Yes, it was so much fun.
I didn't have fun.
Well, that night, oof.
Yeah,
Let's
it was
just
drama.
say
I cried. It's on my YouTube. Go ahead and look. I cried. I was not having a good night, but then I had a good night after we got like out of Vogue World.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's go to the bar. I am ready to have a drink. Let's go to the after party, which we couldn't get into even though we fucking walked the show.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us in because we weren't famous, I guess.
Yes, it was literally
Devastating.
You know, when you're working in this industry, you will always be reminded where you are and who you are.
Your
and who you are
place.
not. Yeah, your place. You will always know your place, unfortunately.
Now we're going to get into a little bit about me in case you have no idea about me and you have never been on my YouTube channel or my TikTok or anything. I am from Southern California. I grew up in a city like in Orange County, and I grew up with my mom. She was a single mom. My dad was a drug addict. He was on a crystal. I'll never forget there was one time. Is the camera slanted?
Slanted? I don't know, I can't tell.
It looks like it's angled down. Y'all are vibing with us. It's the first time. This is not going to be a high production thing ever, so we could get huge, and I want to keep it this way. I want to keep it in our apartment, even if our apartment gets huger. But I don't want to do like a production office or like a production team. It's going to be us, some Amazon lights, some Coastal Sun, Mary Jane, and Neela, some Polis. I'm like naming everything in the house. Okay, moving on. So while you finish that bowl, long story short, my dad, the joke I was saying he made, he used to say like, because I never leave the house without crystals, and he told my friend, like me and my friend one time, like, yeah, there was a time that I didn't leave the house without crystals either, and like we didn't grasp what he meant, but like that's what he meant. So funny. Okay, moving past. He's sober now for probably 12 years, 11 years now. He came back into my life when I was like 15 or 16. I think 16, 15, around there maybe. I was older. I was a teenager. I never remembered the exact time. But yeah, so I didn't grow up with any money at all. I mean, my mom would like sleep in our car. We would sleep in people's houses. I talk about it all the time. We always had like 10 roommates. Like you guys, I'm sure can relate. I didn't have a bedroom. Oh my gosh. Did you know I literally never had a bedroom before like moving out?
Wow.
Like I didn't have a bed. I slept in a shed outside for like the longest time, like a plastic shed. This is where I would wish we could do the insert photo, but like it's literally one of those like Home Depot build your own house shed. Like it's crazy. It was tiny and plastic. And then after that, I graduated to the garage. Then after the garage, I graduated to the couch. And you may be thinking, how is that graduating to the couch? Well, at least I had somewhere that wasn't outside. The garage is still outside. Comfortable, more comfortable than a shed in the backyard. But the couch was inside the house, so that was clutch. But anyway, we grew up very poor. My mom was on all the government assistance, so we'll be talking about government assistance very much in this episode.
Food stamps, clock it.
We needed that to
Period.
survive, and without that, we would not have survived.
Do they call that EBT in California?
They do, yeah.
Okay, period.
We have the WIC office. Do you guys have the WIC office?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that little. They had a little playground in there for you to play in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was
Fun fact, I was
cute.
on food stamps freshman year of college. If y'all are out there struggling, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds,
I wish I could
get
do
on
it.
them
Do
stamps.
it now. Do
Get
it
on
now.
them stamps.
Yes. And I know that people like to debate. We'll get into this a whole other time, but like I know people like to debate like, but it's your tax money going in because we are independents. We pay a lot in taxes because we get all of our money and we don't have to pay taxes until quarterly, whatever the heck. So people are like, oh, but your taxes are you're having to pay more out of your check. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, because I'm helping Pamela next door and freaking Maria next door and freaking June next door and everyone next door. That's worth it to me. Yeah. I'm like, you could take a little extra out of my check. I think I'll be okay. Yeah. I'm not, struggling like that anymore. Thank God. So that is how I grew up. Also, I get this question a lot. I am mixed
Oh, let's talk about it.
black, Mexican, and white. I am 25% black, 25% white, and 50% Mexican.
I was studying abroad. I was studying British literature, American folklore, and British
I'm
playwright.
jealous of your intellectual achievements.
Girl, it
I
was
stopped.
literally the only I knew, because growing up, the way we did, there's only a certain amount of ways you can make it
There's
out.
one way out, and it was being smart enough
Being
to go to
smart,
school
yeah,
and get it right, and
literally,
you know what to
and
do and how to
yes.
work,
So I
and
got them scholarships.
that too.
So I had everything paid for, and I did this when I was 18, and that was my first time leaving the country, and I was the first person in my family to get a passport because I had to go out of the country. So, but now I'm a little experienced. But
Period.
yeah, be out there, do what you got to do, use them resources. If
Yeah.
you really want to do something or go at it, you will find a way. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to school eventually.
Oh,
I just don't know when or for what. Like I've always said this
yeah,
though. I want to go and I want to go to school to learn again. Like I don't want to go when I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh my God, I need to get a job. I need to get a degree and make, like that out of
yeah.
panic and like I want to be able to afford it. I don't want to
Period.
go there and be like, "Oh my God, I'm in debt now."
Yeah.
Like
And
I
going
want to
to
go to learn.
school in California is so much more expensive than where I was coming from. And so that's why I tell people, you don't need to go to college to be successful. Just because I'm a college graduate, I do not,
Yes.
I do not go out there and, you know, be shitting on people that don't go to
Yeah.
college, because I knew for me that was my way out, was going to college.
For me, my way out was thrown at me when I was 15. I didn't have to go. I had a job that paid the bills enough. I was making over 100K a year, for being transparent,
Clock
for
it.
like 4 years straight. And I was very young with that money. I blew it all. Like I just said, I had 180 in my fucking bank account. There's no savings, babe. There's no
Savings is
backup.
hard. It's hard to make
The
a
savings is
savings.
my boyfriend's account. That's what we have. Like,
There you go.
but I like to pay my bills, and I barely can do that now. But I was so lucky in the beginning to have that thrown at me, and I like, okay, I guess I don't have to go to college. I guess right
Yeah.
now I can focus on making money because I'm making enough to get an apartment and move out at 17 and continue
Yeah.
to support myself. So that's pretty cool. I guess either way it works out. That's like the whole point.
Yeah.
And I feel like being open to going to college or not, or doing whatever is right in the moment for you, is the most important. I feel like
Yeah.
because everyone's so focused on planning ahead for the future, you're not focused on the fact that like I need to do what's right for me in the moment.
Period.
For me in the moment, I
Period.
did not
Clock
need to go to
that.
school. It would not have made sense. For him, it didn't make sense to not go to school.
Yeah.
Don't go to listening to someone's story, to our story, to someone else's story and being like, okay, I'm going to do that. You're also putting yourself in this like imaginary box that you really don't need to be putting yourself in.
Yeah.
Do what's right for you in the moment. If in the moment your intuition is telling you I need to go to school, your intuition is telling you go find out what your passion is, what's throwing itself at you. What creative thing is throwing itself at you? What's financial thing is throwing itself at you? Do that thing. Don't go and like try and plan it out, and like especially for modeling. I know a lot of people watching like to like I want to be a model, I want to be a model, but
Oh, yes. It is, I am still a baby. I call myself a baby
says that all
model
the time.
because it's really that. And honestly, I didn't really tell people, I didn't even tell my coworkers, until the Vogue World stuff, because it was
Crazy.
already out there. So I
So
couldn't really do
recent.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even like saying that I am a model. Like when I meet people, I don't tell them that because I feel like for me, I'm so new that I still can't really fully claim it yet.
Yeah.
And granted, this year is already looking different than
Yeah.
how last year is. I still just want to, just be like, I'm in development, because I am.
What's one thing that you wish you knew though, like before going into it, like in development, into development?
One thing I wish I knew, the agents I have now are much more hands-on than beforehand. Like I was talking to them today about okay, this is the inspo that I want. This is what I feel like would look the best.
Which is what you should be able to do with an
Yes.
agency and agent. You should be able to sit down and collaborate because it's
Yes.
your career too.
And this is what I thought I had wish I knew beforehand, is nobody is going to hold your hand through this industry, especially with modeling. Like,
They might hold your pinky, babe, but they ain't supporting much more.
no, like, you really got to put yourself out there and be like, especially when it comes to having tough conversations or
Things about your money
with
or your own
money.
personal preferences, whether you're
Yes.
comfortable, what you want to do.
Like, yeah, what you want to do, who you might want to work with, like things like that. Nobody can read your mind, so
Yes.
you know, you got to put it out there, like, and just be proactive. And that's one thing I wish I knew beforehand, being in development. Now I'm that way, but when I was being developed by somebody else, I was just, you know, just waiting around, like waiting for them to message me. But it's like, no, I should be able to talk to them, be like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I think will look best. Like, it needs to be a collaboration. So
Yeah, it does.
note
100%.
that when y'all start your little contracts, that, you know, you
Pay
need
attention
be
to the vibe
vocal.
too. You can tell.
Yes, period.
I would say the one thing that I wish I knew was that we don't get paid until 90 days. No, I'm kidding. No, I wish that I didn't. I wish that I knew beforehand that being like, Nila,
She is so.
Nila, you gotta get down, girl. We are filming. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go. Nila, go. Okay. One thing I wish I knew. I do wish that I knew that being more open about my life and what I've been through, who I am, like, to my core. Because, like, there was a moment there where, like, I would display, like, oh, this is who I am. This is who I am. Like, and it was, like, so client focused that it wasn't really who I was. And I was scared to share my story and share my personality and how honest I am. And, like, just how I don't feel like a normal, typical model. And I feel like I thought that was a weakness. And I wish that I knew that that was a strength sooner. Because look at Alex Consani. Me and my agent were just talking about this. That would not have been able to slide not even like 7 years ago.
I have a cute story about her.
Is she? No, she's great. But that would not have been able to like be accepted and open like that in the industry where they were like, oh my God, like we're not gonna work with her. Like, is she okay? Like, imagine Alex Consani like 8 years ago in the industry. And if you know, you know. If you're in the industry, you know. And if you don't, if you aren't, I'm telling you, that would not have been able to be something. Like, the behavior would have been like, oh, what's wrong with her versus like, oh, she's so funny, you know?
Yeah.
And that's also because a lot of businesses change, you know, people, and they recycle people, and people become different owners of different companies, and things change. But I do wish that I knew that being as outward as that, or like open about my past or things that I've been through, like actually helped me book jobs. It helped me build relationships with casting directors. People that know me from set, they know a lot about my life. And to other people, I think they made me feel like that was oversharing, especially growing up. And I don't think it's like oversharing. I actually think that's like normal.
Substance.
And people took it away. Like, conversation was all people had at one point.
Yeah.
Like, all people did was talk about their life and their perspective and what they think and what they feel. And like, this is what they would do. Literally what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And with a cup of tea, no filming or anything, just like this. And this is what they had all day.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
Clock it. It's so funny she brought up Alex Consani because she's literally, it's the crazy part to me is that she's 22. Like,
She's so young.
a year older
I
than
forget.
me. And then I actually had a conversation with her
Did you really
at
at
Vogue World. Yeah.
I didn't talk to her.
I was so like, I don't even do this, but like I was so nervous
I
beforehand.
did that with the Marias. I don't do that either. I literally told her.
She was.
I'm so professional.
Yes.
I never do this, but the Marias, I'm like, Maria,
Literally,
baby.
you were like, Evelyn had came up to me because we were like finishing doing the final thing. So all the celebrities were just in front of everybody,
us,
literally.
yeah.
Like, and so she was like, oh my God, that's the Marias. Like, I want to talk to her. I'm like, I don't know who she is, but you know, period. Go talk to her. Like,
I know. I
you
asked for your reassurance. I
Yeah.
was like, do you think it's weird because I've never done something like that? I'm glad you felt the same way talking to Alex. Because
Yes,
I was like,
I literally told Alex. I was like, Alex, because she was walking past me, and she was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I think your TikToks are so funny, and I just think you're like really, you know, I just love your vibe. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, and I was like, yeah, this is like my first big job, because at the time, like, it was like my
Literally
first like
crazy.
big job. And so she was like, oh my gosh, well, you're gorgeous. You're going to be booked. And I was
oh,
like,
you told me that she did call you gorgeous.
And
I
I was
remember
like,
that.
oh my God, you're so nice.
No,
and it's
yeah.
people like that, you know, I will never be mad at somebody's success when they're like genuinely, when you meet them in person, they're actually like cool
Nice,
and
yeah.
nice. Like they don't act snooty and all Hollywood.
Because a lot of them do.
A lot
A
of them
lot of
did.
them
Some
do.
people did act
Yeah.
very Hollywood. But anyway,
Okay. People think like, okay, you did something like Vogue World that's like thousands of dollars. Come on, like you're in Vogue World with all these celebrities. We'll give you a ballpark. It was around the cost of this TV. Okay.
the rates was not rating.
No, and
Well,
and
for
you know
some
what?
people.
And that's not even to bash anyone. Any
Yeah, yeah.
It's just to show you that you guys sometimes think the higher the brand, the better the pay.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like you get, people comment like, why do you work with these types of brands when you could be working with them, like a higher end brand? And I'm like, girl, like
Yeah.
the money isn't there. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
really great exposure. It's so fun to do those things. But if you really want to do this in life, you're kind of going to have to balance both and figure out like, okay,
Yeah.
what paid jobs do I take and what editorials and what things do I take? I just turned down an editorial the other day. I'm kind of sad about it, but not really. Just because it was giving like a really big spread for a really new magazine. So I was like, oh, like 18 pages.
Woo, 18.
Yeah, I've never had that for an
Oh
editorial.
gosh.
Never,
Well,
never. So I was like nervous. I was
Yeah.
like I felt kind of
Yeah.
like, I should do editorial because I should mix it in.
I actually have a test shoot coming up for like a vintage look, and it's gonna be like my new.
So just so you know, test shoots can get picked up to be put in
Which I've
magazines.
heard.
That has happened to me twice or three times. That is amazing because that's the most ideal thing you could have.
Yeah.
That was my Vogue Arabia. I literally
Period.
test shot with some random guy. He was really great photographer though. I thought the photos were bad though. I didn't like them because of the way I looked. It wasn't about the photography or anything. Also, it was a really gloomy day, and I think the outfit would have looked nice with the sun. Like, I just wasn't feeling it that much. And then all of a sudden, I get an email like, "Oh my God, the photos are so good!" Like Vogue Arabia is putting them in there. Like, things like that can happen from test shoots like that. So it's really important to make them like higher
Yes.
fashion when you do test shoots
Yeah.
because you never know like who's gonna pick them up.
Yes, and I've heard stories like that. So that's why I'm like, with this next test shoot, because it's always good to test, especially if you're in development, just getting as many things as you can. For me, that's why I say my development is so weird. Like, because technically, like, I am working too while also being in the development. I feel like most models that are in development are really just strictly in development. Like, they
Yeah,
don't
I
really
mean that was
have-
me. I literally was only
Yeah.
doing that. I was so focused.
Yeah, but it's like for me, before I even was signed, I could get work on my own. So it was like,
Period.
that's how you want to be when
That's
you feel
crazy.
like you're able to sign with the agency. If you're not coming in it from like, not being groomed as a kid, but like being approached as a kid, having that background, if you're coming into
lock
it
it
later, you need to be at a point where it's like, do I need an agency? Like, I'm getting work on my own. Like,
It's
that's
really
when you
true.
look valuable.
Sometimes an agency will hold you back, and babe,
Yeah.
we will get into an episode.
Period.
I promise you. This is just the intro.
Yeah.
We have so much to talk
There's so
about.
much to talk about.
Dream blunt rotation.
Ooh, dream blunt rotation. Okay.
You get 4 people.
4. Oh my God, that's a big rotation.
It is a big ass rotation. That's gonna be at least a 3.5er.
Yeah, literally. Okay. First person, I already told her, like, that's my husband. If I ever get to meet him in person, like, I'm gonna act so normal, but inside I'm gonna be freaking out. But Omar Apollo,
Shout out Omar Apollo if you're
Yes.
interested. Hey.
like, let's smoke.
Let's
period.
smoke.
Let's smoke. But definitely him. I just feel like he just like gives smoke sesh guy.
No, he seems really chill.
Yeah. In the second, I don't know why, but I want to smoke with Beyonce. Like,
I think that's a weird one. I think you said that last time. I think I do not agree. Like, I don't
She
get it.
smokes. She smokes,
You,
y'all.
but you think she'd be fun to smoke with? Like,
I would just love to just like pick her brain, like, and be high. Like, what?
you think she's gonna let you pick her brain?
No,
She's
but I
a
mean,
Virgo. You said you don't know anything about zodiacs. She's a Virgo, babe. Her
okay.
closed ass. She's not gonna let you in easy.
I don't know. I just want to do. Well, okay.
Okay, so Beyonce, Omar.
SZA,
Good
because
one.
I feel like real earthy. I just get
Real
that from her.
earthy.
That should be
Yeah, yeah.
good. And then Kate Renata.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did ask you this. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That was a really good
yeah,
one.
that would be my blunt
Fuck,
rotation.
I asked you this question not knowing what my answer was.
Dang, you don't know your answer?
Okay, let me think. Oh, Immediately Drake. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
I should have
sorry.
said Drake.
You guys should know this now. I'm a
Yeah,
Drake
love
lover.
Drake.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, love
I
him.
can't let him go. Okay, so Drake, I would love to smoke with him. Also, he's like my zodiacs, but like all switched around in his chart. So it'd be really
Clock
interesting
that.
to talk to him.
Yeah. I feel like he's a softie.
For sure. Like, let's cry together. Drakey,
Let's cry together.
do you love me?
Period.
You wanna cry with me? Okay. Like he starts sampling that shit.
Period. That usage.
Okay, Drake. I feel like I don't have enough.
What? Okay, well, at least two more.
Okay, Drake. Dominic Fike. I feel
Oh
like
my
he'd be
God, these
fun
are
to
so
smoke
good
with
ones.
too. Kind of
He's
scary,
hot.
but kind of fun.
Yeah, he's hot. Oh, him in Euphoria. Did you see Euphoria?
I didn't like him in Euphoria. Like
Oh.
that's not when I like thought he was attractive, but I don't know. Euphoria. Are they coming out with a new one?
Yeah, this year. I think it's April.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah. I had a funny story about that because I was supposed to be a bartender but I didn't know it was for Euphoria, so I declined it. Their rate was so low, but they were trying to give me like a special ability, but they called it LA Nights. They didn't call it Euphoria.
Of course not, because they.
So, if
You
a bitch
know
had
they'll
knew that
know
shit was
everyone will take it,
Euphoria.
yeah.
But anyway, those are good ones. So
Who I
Drake
like
and Dominic.
love, like Sabrina Carpenter. Holy
I
fuck!
love her.
I actually want to smoke with her so bad because
Yeah.
I want to know if her personality is genuine or not.
Yeah.
Or if it's like hella giving Polly Pocket on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Camaraderie? Camaraderie?
Yeah,
Wait,
right. But like, I think she'd be funny. That's why I
I
feel
think
like
she is funny.
I think so too.
Sabrina.
But I
put
want
us
to
in a
know: is
music
it like
video.
an act, or is it like is it
Yeah.
written for her? Is
Yeah.
is she just because she's a good actress, right?
is, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. She could be given these scripts. She could be,
Yeah.
But I have a feeling, and like you said last time, I think like that her friends have been the same friends. I feel like
Yeah,
she would be
yeah.
funny because her friends are very funny. Someone asked how to attain as many jobs as possible.
Oof. Well, Evelyn would know more about that. She be getting jobs over here.
But you be
child.
freelancing though.
Yeah, I
What
like.
networks are you? Were if you want to say? Or
Like, what do you mean networks?
like, were you doing like casting network? Like, were you
Oh.
doing emails? Like, how were you doing it?
Yeah. So like, basically, like I was saying earlier, the way that really get your foot in the door if you don't have any nepotism or nothing is just by starting at the bottom, and then the same people that cast for the bottom stuff, they be casting for the big stuff too.
Period.
And they be, recognizing the names, and the way that you act on set too is very important.
Yes.
Especially like for background actors, like and stuff like that. You're gonna have a shitty day every time. Basically, they're gonna keep you the longest because you're getting paid the lowest. That's just how it works. So complaining to the PAs and doing stuff like that isn't going to get you to come back, and it isn't going to get you like SAG eligibility, which is a whole nother thing. But
And we'll get into that. I was one of those, by the way, a complainer. And I would do it to the
happens.
directors. I didn't care. I did not care. And there was a time frame where I just needed to learn. I was very young. I was like 18, 19 during this era. But I was the complainer on set. I was like, oh my God,
There's
like, why
always
are we
one.
waiting around? Like, why are we not shooting? Who's next? Like, am I going to get to... I was so annoying, and I lost many opportunities because of that, genuinely.
it's a thing. It's
I had to
really a
learn.
thing. Yeah, it's a thing. And with, the whole people recognize you and stuff like that, you'll eventually, if you're freelancing, people will reach out to you directly sometimes because they remember you, or there's something where you're still in their system and they have to cast for something and they want you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But-
and then they'll also send you emails. Like, they'll burst
Yeah.
shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's this open one. There's an open one here, open
Yeah.
one here. Which, like, I know people don't want to go to open ones, but sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah.
Especially if you genuinely know, and you got to be humble here, you got to be self-aware here. You genuinely know that you're special, or you have some type of talent that's like, you know what, I think I can shine in this,
Yeah.
in this environment. Because even if you don't get booked for that, like, he's kind of saying, like, they could use you for something else.
They
Could
remember
keep
you.
They could keep you in mind for sure.
Yeah.
I would say if you're signed booking jobs right now, unfortunately, social media is so big. Like, I talk about this on my lives all the time on TikTok and in general. I don't know when exactly things kind of flipped, but like a lot of clients go to social media now to see, like, should we book her? Like, her personality, like let me see what her social media is looking like. And not that following, I know people like to get that confused with being active on social media and a following. They're not always looking for a following on there. They're looking to see what you're like. They're looking to see what you do in a day. What characteristics do you have that like represent that the girl on their mood board, you know, like reminding you that again to them you are literally just like a mood board vibe, and you need to fit that to them in order for them to book you. So showing as many different, like you said earlier, as many different, damn, those chihuahuas are going at it.
Fighting. Ooh. Okay, voice actor.
You put as many different types of things that you can do. Any little thing that you do, you put it on social media because it's important, which is why and how we started here. That's crazy.
Even I'm still learning the whole social media thing.
Yeah, like, I kind of dragged him into it. I was like, look, we're doing this. Do you want to do it? But like, we're doing this.
Yeah, like I'm down.
What would you do differently? Someone asked, what would you do differently at 18?
Let me think. Where was I at 18? I don't think I would have done anything differently when I was 18 because, like I said earlier, I was abroad. I was
not
in
one
London.
thing, not one man.
Oop. well, okay. I was chopped back then.
Mila,
Let's start
go.
there.
Oh.
I was chopped.
Okay.
So I'm surprised I even had a roster at that time.
Hey,
but,
everyone does. There's always someone for anyone.
Literally.
I promise you that.
I'm surprised I had one, but I have one. So you never know. You know, now I'm
it's
celibate.
the personality, I'm telling you.
Yes, it's literally that. And you know, I regret not having more fun in England.
Period. There you go. That's a
but
good
you know,
one.
I was also 18, so what was I really
more
supposed
could
to
you
do?
have done? Yeah. Okay, the thing I would do differently at 18, I got kicked out at 17, so I was signing. I had just signed a lease 2 months before. What would I do differently? Oh, I would have gotten rid of my friends so much sooner.
Oh,
I would have dropped them way sooner than I did.
that's a good one.
And I didn't even drop them. They actually just stopped being my friends. So I wish that, not to like sound like that, not that I like wish I beat them to it, but like I just wish that I did it when it was what I should have done. Like it was healthy for me, where it's like, okay, I need to let go of all these friends that don't care about me. Period. I'm not feeling good. I always felt excluded. I don't know how you felt like in friend groups, but I never felt like they wanted to be my friend for real. Like, and that's what I was telling some people about before hanging out with them. Like, I don't like feeling like that, because I always felt like every time I would be in a group, like it wasn't like they wanted me to be there. It was that like they felt bad for me or something. Like, or I don't know whether they wanted something out of me. I don't know what they could have possibly gotten out of me. Yeah. But I don't know, stuff like that. I'm like, and I completely lost my train of thought. So
no, it was good though. You was flowing.
I was going for a second there, and it's okay. We ended up somewhere.
We ended up in a good spot.
I think so. We'll park it there.
Period.
Put it in park and emergency brake it. Last question from Jer.
Shout out to
I was
Jer.
saying that's crazy. I'm literally gonna make the socials right now. I haven't even made them. But okay, Jer said, what is your advice on dealing with straight boys who love to talk to gay or bi men?
Ooh,
this
Jer.
one's for you, baby.
Well, that is a great question, and I have experience with that, unfortunately.
Wait, straight guys try to talk to you?
Oh yeah.
They always do?
It's been a lot in the past because, you know.
Then they're not straight then. What do you mean it's not straight?
The straight
you're
is, yeah, you're bent. You definitely bent. But for the sake of clarity on, the person presents themselves as straight.
Okay.
So to other people.
So that's confusing, like honestly, because then
yeah,
you're
it is
just
confusing.
assuming they're
they
straight.
Are confused. They're really not straight, like on paper, but like that's what they're living.
Live your truth, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess my answer to that question will just to be to not.
Don't deal with them.
Don't engage. Don't get your heart broken, because that man, you will never change that man. You will not be that person that makes him come out.
And I just watched the Glee episode yesterday. Stop. I'm literally going to say it.
one?
I'm going to say it. What they said in there. Like, it was the one where Kurt, the gay guy in Glee, was like basically trying to protect a guy from, you know, ridicule for singing with him, because then guys would think that he was gay or whatever. Like, it was super
I'm trying to
stupid.
think of the episode.
His dad was telling him, what were we talking about?
About straight guys and guys that are bi that, try to talk to gay guys. Like,
I forgot my point though.
you were talking about Glee and how you just saw an episode.
Yeah, but before that, what was I talking
You said
about? He was saying like, you need to go and be with someone that's just as brave as you are, because
period.
he was like, for now, go at it alone. He's like, you have to go at it alone because right now you haven't met someone as brave as you are to be in high school and be openly gay and wear whatever you want and act how you want. And, like, I think that's a really good message too. Like, in general, not only are you going to have some type of resentment towards this person who couldn't do something unless you push them to, it's like, it's not as satisfying. And like Kurt's dad, Bert Hummel, said, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bert.
Shout out. You need to find someone that matches your freak, and someone that matches your freak is someone that's brave and someone that's out there with you.
She said we need a real man.
Yeah.
I've got my heart broken a couple times.
Ooh, heartbreak will be a really good topic for the next few episodes. We're gonna talk about government. We're gonna talk about
married men,
modeling issues.
Period.
Modeling good things,
aspirations.
Mm-hmm. But I think this was a successful first episode. This was crazy.
Yes.
Well, I hope that you guys have a great night.
Yes, I hope y'all have a great night. I hope y'all smoke a J or something.
Yes.
Or do whatever you need to in the night. And I hope you think about us.
Take care of your skin while you do it.
Period.
Okay? Don't forget that.
Yes.
And
moisturize.
We'll see you next time on
What is it?
Didn't
develop.
I kind of whispered it because I low-key forgot it.
No, literally.
We're gonna get it. Don't worry.
I thought you said inspirational.
We're in development.
In development.